there! Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Invite your friends and search for CSLGH.
Just close your eyes and think of me. And soon I will be there to brighten up, or even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and oh, wherever I am, I'll come running, just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call. Yes, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now, ain't it good to know that you got a friend? People can be so, so cold. Oh, they'll hurt you and they'll desert you. They'll take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. No, no. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running just to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call. Yes, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. And I'll be there. Yes, I will. And I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Good morning. Jason Goldstein, ladies and gentlemen. And a big hello and welcome to each one of you here in the room, and those of you that are joining us virtually through YouTube and even through the link of Zoom at the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles as a community of CSLLA and CSLGH. We come together today to honor the spiritual magnificence that is you and that is me. And so, as our founding minister, Dr. David Walker, used to say, we welcome one and we welcome all. And so what a joy. I've been making Maureen laugh all morning long, so we're going to stick with that concept, right? So who's happy to be here? Yeah, me too. How about you, Jason? You happy to be here? Good. Well, we're going to have a wonderful morning as, what was it? Art Linkletter. Not Art Linkletter. Who was Lawrence Welk? Lawrence Welk used to say. So with that said, I've been drinking teas that has boba bubbles in it. And so now we're just going to connect and believe, let the bubbles of the divine rise up from us as we open our service. We're going to welcome to the stage Andrea Reich. Did I pronounce that correctly? Your board president, who is going to be your presider, our presider, and she's going to illuminate the flames of faith. And so in the essence of joy that we're all feeling with the laughter and the magnificence of the divine, we engage in this ritual that's performed every Sunday morning here and other times here and many other centers around the world. It's called the Flames of Faith, a call to service. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, I want us to take that in again, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, the birds, the butterflies, the dogs, the cats, the trees, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. And fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience. We honor that here, today, right now. As Andrea lights the first candle, we do so for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, that which is known as the natural way. Moving to the second candle, it's lit for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. Moving to the next candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, of action, and devotion. The fourth candle is for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle, and completing this side of the stage, is for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. Balancing out the stage now, we begin with the second tier, as Andrea lights the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity. And in so doing, we honor the Christ consciousness, which is known as the path of love. The next candle is illuminated for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. Next, for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and of peace. Moving on to the ninth candle, it's for New Thought. So I'll have one right now. It's what we practice here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Granada Hills and Los Angeles. And we're honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle is for those that is being deemed yet unaware of spirit in their lives. And as we hold space for them, it's with the intention and the purpose and the declaration that awakening begins for them in this moment. And it feels good. We bring all that together to one larger candle, which symbolizes and signifies what we call the healing candle. And I invite you to either silently, or you can do it quite audibly if it feels good to you, put into the light the names of anyone that you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love, and I invite you to include yourself.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
Oh, how very grateful I am for the opportunity in this moment to recognize there is one life, one flame, one power, one presence. There is no other power that exists outside of the infinite. One life, one power, one presence, one flame. And I know that this presence, this power, this one life is eternal and infinite. It is everywhere expressing itself in deep appreciation for its own magnificence, expressing as my life, as the life of each individual here, as the life of each of our online community. This presence is expressing as all life. And it is from this place of oneness, in this consciousness of unification and no separation, that I bless this morning's service. Blessing Reverend Keith as he steps forward and allows the presence of infinite intelligence to speak in, through, and as his life. Knowing that the message that he delivers is uplifting and provides us with an opportunity to have a new thought, to see things in a different way, to express more peace, more love, more joy towards everything and everyone, everywhere, always, and in all ways. So I know that we leave here different, with an open heart and an open mind, seeped in principle. And for this, I remain thankful and grateful as I lovingly release this word. And I release it to that aspect of infinite intelligence that is known as law. And we know that it only and always says yes. So I know it is done. I know it is so. And I know this prayer was answered before it was spoken, and I can simply allow it to be so. And in agreement, we affirm this together by stating, and so it is. Good morning, beloved community. Happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that you're here, Reverend Keith. I said to Keith earlier, at the risk of sounding cheesy, I'm going to talk about love. I had the opportunity to attend a really fantastic wedding last weekend. A very dear friend of mine, her son was getting married to his beloved. And the father said, the father of the groom said in a speech on Friday night, you know, you guys have been together for 12 years. We just want to make sure you're not rushing into anything. Young people, you know, uniting in marriage. It was at a beautiful venue out in Piru called the Newhall Mansion, which is this big, beautiful, old Victorian bed and breakfast wedding venue surrounded by those lovely fields and trees out in Santa Paula area. And I noticed that there was just so much love that when I came back, it was a 2-night affair. There was a kind of a meet and greet on Friday night, and then the wedding on Saturday night. And I noticed there was so much love there. They must have had 130 people, maybe. Not a small wedding, not a huge wedding. But I noticed so much love between the newlyweds themselves, towards each other, of course, but also the bride towards her parents and the groom towards his parents and the guests amongst one another and the guests towards the newlyweds. Just everywhere there was so much love. You know, I love my dog. And I love pizza. And I love this community. And I love these roses. And I love all of you. There's so many different expressions of love that we can appreciate. Ernest Holmes says, always expect the good. Have enthusiasm. And above all, have a consciousness of love, a radiant feeling flowing through your consciousness at all times. And that's what we get to do. And honestly, the longer I'm around you and the deeper I immerse myself in this teaching and these principles, and I love what Keith said about acknowledging that all people and all faiths come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. We also call it love. And the longer I'm around you all, the deeper I am able to see it, and the more easily I am able to see it in, through, and as all things, everywhere. So let us always expect the good, yes? Yes. Let us have a consciousness of love, that radiant feeling flowing through our consciousness at all times. Join me in that? Yes? Yes. Thank you.
I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And this whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. And this whole wide world is my home. I hear the silence down in my soul. I hear the silence down in my soul. I hear the silence down in my soul. And this whole wide world is my home. My soul, I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power my soul. And this whole wide world is my home. Yes, this whole wide world is my home. Yes, this whole wide world is my home.
Jason Goldstein, everybody. You had fun with that, huh? That was fun. It's fun to watch you have fun with your music, Jason. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. More love for Jason Goldstein. Love it. So I have some announcements to share with you this morning. Practitioners are available today in the treatment room for a complimentary 2-minute tune-up prayer, affirmative prayer. If you want to anchor something more deeply or have somebody assist you in releasing something, we are here to pray with you. If you're a licensed practitioner, please raise your hand and have a look around and pick someone to pray with. Also, you can find a practitioner online at cslgh.org. Please silence your cell phones. This is just a gentle reminder for you to place your cell phones on silence during the service, and we appreciate your understanding in that matter. We thank everyone for their participation in our general membership meeting last week. CSLGH has so much to look forward to as we welcome Reverend Carlton Thibaut into our community as senior minister-elect. So let's just welcome that with a round of applause for Reverend Carlton, who will be here next week. Yeah, he'll be here next week to start doing the service. We have reopened the Raise the Roof fundraiser. In case you didn't have a chance to participate in that, we reopened it because we've decided to do some additional work on the roof that is going to be costing a little bit more money. So please assist us with getting the roof funds allocated correctly by labeling and making your donations for that separate from your regular donation to the church. We appreciate that very much. This Wednesday, August 12th, the Get Real and Heal meditation at 7 o'clock will take place with Reverend, almost Reverend Michael Tatlock will be facilitating that. And next Sunday, August 16th, the Animal Kinship online group is back at 1 o'clock. And Kathy is here, Reverend Kathy is here. She is the minister of the Animal Kinship Ministry, so you can see her for details on that. And I think Chloe is going to be bringing up our gratitude box. Come on up here, Chloe, and tell us what somebody is grateful for. So much to be grateful for, right?
Yes. I know James picked this out.
James picked this out.
As I am so grateful for our spiritual community.
Yes, I am too. Thank you, Chloe. Okay, it's time for our Declaration of Principles. If you can and if you choose to, please stand up and recite these along with me. This is what we believe. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe our faith operates upon a law of mind which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I can see the light, and I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. In my faith, I can see the light, and I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. 'Cause I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. In my faith, I can see the light, and I'm free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Jason Goldstein. As Jason Goldstein was playing that incredible version of that song, I kept hearing the quote from Ernest Holmes of, "Spirit has placed the stamp of individuality upon itself and called it you." And not only has it called it you, Jason Goldstein, right? But that version is so unique, and I love it. I just love it, 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 and then love it some more. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox. I am your guest minister for today. I can't do that with my left leg because I tweaked my knee, so I'll just do it with my right one twice. All right. I'm so happy to be here today. I had, when I agreed to be your guest minister speaker today, it was prior to your having made the election selection of the revelation of your new spiritual leader, Reverend Carlton, right? And I'm so happy for him and for you. And so I'm tweaking my message a little bit because it was in getting you ready for that, but we're going to get you ready for how you show up for that. And I specifically requested the song that Jason just sang for us because I need to hit the right button and then it'll do. Because I wanted to frame for each and every one of us the mindset of the unfolding of change and what that is going to mean for us, to us, through us, and as us. Is there anybody in the room that's not going through change? The change of life, right? The great Maya Angelou tells us that if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, then change your attitude. Today, you all are going to potentially, if you've seen me speak or heard me speak at any time, I was sharing with Steve Delansky a while ago that I've been guest speaking here now for 20 years? Yeah, 20 years is on and off for 20 years. This morning, you'll hear me say a lot of the same things that I've said before and within our own community, the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles. And there was a part of me prior to doing that, presenting for you today, wondering like, oh God, they're going to be like, oh, I've heard that before. And then I realized, you know what, we do the Flames of Faith each Sunday the same, words, right? You hear those words and participate over and over and over. The Declaration of Principles, although Dr. Maureen was giggling at me that I couldn't remember some of them. I was actually going inward, preparing for now. But I realized the importance of hearing things over and over again. It's the reinforcing of the ideology that we provide and practice here in the Centers for Spiritual Living. It's about embracing everything in life from the consciousness where we are. So that which we can change is actually our attitude or our state of being, while understanding one of the other fundamental, foundational elements of our teaching is, as Einstein says, which is everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Now, why does that matter in this context? Because our attitude emits energy, and our attitude magnifies that energy, and it magnetizes that energy and attracts back to it more and more of that which it is. That's the way it works. The foundational elements of the map of consciousness, it's what we're taught through the law of life in our teaching, and it's really the element of the law of attraction. So why does that matter? Well, the theme for the month, or at least for this Sunday in the month, according to the Centers for Spiritual Living, is the fear and the furious. Odd choice of a theme at its most minimum, but I thought, could I build upon that? And you know what the answer was? Hell yeah, I can. So I decided that we would take a look at the fear. Anybody ever encountered fear of late? Maybe this morning while on the phone with someone calling me, freaking out, and my cell's not working, and driving down the road and having it on auto drive. Work through it. Fear, my great teacher, Dr. David Walker, is just simply your body telling you that the emotion that you're experiencing is being fueled by an energy that's informing the individual that you need to know more about what you're encountering or experiencing. Love that concept. The furious is an amplified element of that energy. If you look at furious in the dictionary, it's defined in this way. The word furious is an adjective that means extremely angry or full of wild, intense, and violent energy. It describes a level of rage or force that goes far beyond regular irritation or basic anger. Well, I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you. You're much like me. I say, to hell with both of them, and let's just let it go. And in the concept of letting it go, then we can even amplify the letting of it go by using the affirmation of, I release and I let go, hence the reason for the song. Not only just for the song, but as a chosen way of life, as we're embracing life, and in addition to as we're embracing change. We just established that we're all going through change in life. And change and release is really a part of our teaching. It is one of the elements of spiritual mind treatment. Step 5, to be exact, right now. I was joking in the first service that even in its previous reiterations, when it was step 7, or the previous reiteration when it was step 12, release is still the most important part that we have. Why? Well, according to the great expression of mind called AI, this is what release means in spiritual mind treatment. You can go into AI and have it inform you of spiritual mind treatment. And it says step 5 of spiritual mind treatment is release, which involves letting go of the prayer. In other words, letting go of the development of the state of mind that one has chosen to engage in through prayer, which is set up through step 1 and step 2 as God is, all there is, I am that which it is. Step 3 is the realization, the declaration of the state of mind that the individual desires or claims to have in the moment, whether you do or you don't yet have it there. And then you move into the state of thanksgiving, gratitude for that. Why is that important? Because gratitude, much like forgiveness, is one of the most transformative elements of life itself. And as one has moved through step 1, 2, 3, or 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they don't have to be in that literal order, but the last step is critical, which is release, which involves letting go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And then stopping any mental gripping, which means, is it going to work? When's it going to work? Did I do it right? Blah, 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 blah. We all know that. In the first service, the person that talked spoke of that as our monkey mind. We all know what that is. And then the next piece is trusting the universal law to bring the desired good into form. It doesn't say when, it doesn't say if, it doesn't even say how. It just says trusting that it brings it into form. And as evidenced by the animated graphic, everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Well, what's the purpose then of that step? Well, once again, it's to let go. It's about letting go of the desire for the how, and then to trust the law, surrendering our word. And I want you all to begin to imagine yourself surrendering your word into action, no matter what it is you desire in your life right now, but to include the desire for our community, CSL LA, and CSL GH as unfolding with grace and with ease and with meeting the magnificent component of what's going to allow that to happen through us, right? To trust that we're meeting the fulfillment of our vision statements. Ours is supporting individuals finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. What is the vision statement for CSL GH? Anybody? Awakening each and every individual to their spiritual magnificence in this zip code on Chatsworth Street now and beyond. How about that? That'll go, right? And then once that's done, we conclude that prayer, as many prayers are concluded with amen. We conclude ours with, and so it is. Say it together with me. 1, 2, 3.
And so it is.
Now say it with conviction. 1, 2, 3.
And so it is.
Now what I want you to tune into is the energy of the difference. And the reason I want you to tune into the energy of the difference is because in our philosophy, faith, and way of life, known as the science of mind, we believe that our word has power. And not only does our word have power, but it's energy that has it behind it. And there's a frequency, a vibrational frequency, that is in alignment with the way in which we said it and in the fact that it's been said and all the times that it's been said. And that exists in a reservoir of energy waiting to be tuned into. And when you tune into it, it's there for you to serve you. And the law of life responds to that energy field and its frequency. So when you say, and so it is, that's what you get to experience. But when you say, and so it is, it responds to that. Now, which do you prefer? Most often the latter, but sometimes the former is equally as important. So it's important in life to be conscious and intentional as to what and how you're using your mind, but not to what and how mind works. We all know the song, we just sang it together, which is a great guide for us in the act of release and understanding the way Spirit works. We just sang it. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself, and I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. Keep singing it, baby. I'm with you. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. You got to let it all go. And before we get there, let's tune into what that means. There was a time in my life, yes, it might have been 1987, but it also could have been this morning on the freeway about to get onto the 118, right? That I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't. The car was driving itself, right? It was on self-driving, but that's not really what it means. What it's saying is to remember that we are that which is greater than ourselves, and its innate nature is of intelligence and wisdom and peace and power and beauty, joy and light and life and love. And when we open up to allowing it to reveal itself through us, the grace of God shows up and the love of God shows up. So if we were in a moment of feeling in struggle and strife, which according to the map of consciousness is in the lower elements of the map of consciousness, which is destructive and restrictive energy, but open up to courage, the opposite of discourage, which is the gateway to productive and fulfilling energy, then we let it go and let it guide us by saying, girl, I release and I let go and I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide, for I'm only here for God. Now that sounds sweet, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds powerful, isn't it? But it's also a spiritual truth that when we choose to do that, when we choose to let go, when we choose to open up, it reveals itself to us. And the grace of God appears. I love this affirmation here of I release that which no longer serves me to make room for the abundant blessings that are ready to grace my life. Yes, it is saying that they're ready to come to us, but at the same time, it's also telling us that they already exist. Grace of God, in its most traditional sense, means some unexplainable, mystical hand of God saying, yes, you get good, you don't, you do. It's not that way. It's just a creative energy that exists waiting for our recognition of it. My acronym for grace is God recognized as creative energy. God recognized as creative energy. And so when we release and we let go, and the grace of God and the love of God, not ever hokey to talk about it, by the way, Australia, always good. Not just because we like hearing it, but because our word has power. And when we use the word love, we attract more of it into our life. And so when I release that which no longer serves me to make room for the abundant blessings, those show up when I recognize God as the creative energy that it is. We don't have to do anything for it to be it. We don't have to do anything for it to be more of it. But we do have the great opportunity to experience more and more and more of it. Well, how do we do that? Well, just like the butterfly, we allow ourselves to live in a state of not only floating and release, but also through the journey of transformation. If you recall, the butterfly didn't begin that beautiful. It began as a glob of goo. Anybody ever had a glob of goo in their life or been one? We all have. But it's important to then practice releasing any attachment to that being wrong or the feeling of goo itself. The great Dr. David Hawkins, who created the map of consciousness, says it's important for us to engage in the journey of practicing releasing that which doesn't serve us. This past week, I was working with a counseling client, and we were using the lyrics of the song, I Release and I Let Go, as a spiritual practice to go deeper and to tune in what was going on in their life, to get conscientious of no more struggle and no more strife, if you will. And in that moment, he said to me, I just had a wave of sadness come over me. He's like, I don't know what that is. I said to him, hang on to it. Don't dismiss it. Hang on to it. Allow yourself to feel it. Tune into it. Acknowledge it. Hold it as if you're holding it in your hands. Look at it through the lens of the eyes of God itself, and that it's a part of your reality in this moment. And then as it will change, just like the butterfly did from the caterpillar, release it and let it go. Hawkins tells us in that journey of practicing releasing, first, focus inward. Tune into your feeling, the current one, or tension in your body, and bring your full awareness to it. And then drop the narrative, right? Let go of your thoughts, your justifications, your blame, or your fantasies connected to the feeling that you're experiencing. The next step is to then stay with the feeling, as you just heard me guide my patient and client to that. Stay with the sensation of it. Observe the pure energy of the emotion without trying to escape or fight or change it, and then be open to allowing it to pass as it naturally loses its charge and lightens up or dissolves. Today, I invite you and encourage you that whatever belief or idea or fantasy or judgment you have around the journey of CSL Granada Hills and the journey of blessing Reverend Mike and letting him go and being open to Reverend Carlton, and wherever we are as a community known as CSL LA, be open to letting what was go, including what your expectations of how it's supposed to be or look. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go today. And open up to the grace of God, recognizing God as creative energy, to allow it to do and to be its thing. Why does that matter? Because we are always at choice. Just as Tatiana is telling us on the screen, she goes, choices, choices. Why does that matter? Because we do always have the opportunity before us as choice. Gary Zukav tells us that choice is the engine of evolution. If you choose unconsciously, you will choose unconsciously. If you choose consciously, you'll evolve consciously. If you choose unconsciously, you'll evolve unconsciously. Goes on to say, conscious is way better than unconscious. Trust me, been there, done that. But then closes it up with this statement. Choice is the engine of our evolution. It's the second greatest gift we've been given. Second only to the gift of life itself. And so today I invite us all to ask ourselves, what choices are we choosing in our lives? And do we like those choices? There's so many. And even when we're not sure of what we desire to choose, ask ourselves, are we willing to honor the ability to choose? Are we willing to make a choice to trust Spirit to run our life? And are we willing to open our heart and to let love be present? Choices create chances, which create change. What did Maya Angelou tell us? Basically, she's like, girl, if you don't like it, change it. And start with your attitude. That's what she said. Choices. We're always a choice. We can either choose fear, or we can choose furious, or we can choose faith, and we can choose love. It's really all up to each of us as we use our individual minds. No matter where we're at on our own journey, and we're all on a journey, just as the great little tiny Buddha says to us, no matter what's going on, we've got an opportunity before us. She says, obstacles are opportunities for new adventures. No matter what's going on, even if we had crazy mornings, there was some craziness in our morning, wasn't there? The crazy doesn't have to be bad crazy. It could just be acknowledged as crazy, right? And then make a decision to realize that it's all God and that whatever we've set in motion is going to work itself out. And even if it appears as if it's not going to work itself out, we can choose to believe that it is working itself out, which will then give us the opportunity to prepare our mind in a way to know it's about to work itself out. Why? Because no matter what, who, when, how, we're all on a journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. It's part of the vision statement for my ministry and for our community. And each and every day, and no matter how many times I share this slide, or how many times I make that statement, or how many times I cut and paste the ransom note, I awaken to a greater understanding of my spiritual nature by staying tuned into my journey. And then just like this morning on the phone, and other times through the last 3 days or 3 weeks or 3 years or 30 years or 3 lifetimes, when I remember who and what I am as a spiritual being, a divine being imbued with choice, as a mental being, and I'm one with and as God itself, it all shifts. And that provides personal self-empowerment, which gives me the opportunity to be open to the next spiritual awakening. That's the journey itself, ladies and gentlemen. And it's important for us to keep bringing ourselves back to the salient points of that. The journey, personal self-empowerment, and spiritual awakening, which provides the opportunity to stay tuned in on the journey for greater personal self-empowerment, which then is the gateway for more spiritual awakening, while it's still all step by step, thought by thought, reaction by reaction, interaction by interaction, the journey of life as a co-creative being. The great Dr. Barbara Marx Hubbard addresses this concept in this way. Just a moment for Barbara Marx Hubbard. I don't know if you guys know who she was, but she was the first person to, I'm going to say demand, but certainly requested that as opposed to having a war room in the White House, we have a peace room. She wrote, so the path of the co-creator is to be awakened spiritually within, which then turns your own deeper life purpose, which turns into your own deeper life purpose, which then makes you want to reach out and touch others in a way that expresses self and really evolves our communities and our world. Certainly, we can't do that unless we activate ourselves first. That's why, for me, Emergence is the shift from ego to essence. That is so important. And what she's saying is to live from the essence of the divine individually. To live as peace, to live as power, to live as beauty, to live as joy, and to live as life, and to live as love, and to live as wisdom. And to do that to the best of our ability as authentically as possible in life, and to choose that, and then to choose it, and then to choose that. And in so doing, because we live in a universe that's governed by spiritual law, it'll draw back into us opportunities and experiences to see that in others, and to have them see that in ourselves. And so today I invite all of us to make a commitment to make those choices, and to know that all we ever have is right now. And to herald and hear ye to ourselves say, right now, I'm engaging in a fresh start in this moment, because all I have is this moment, and then this moment, and then this moment. To do what? To make a choice, to release and let go, and to know who I am. For where do we grow from here, this moment? By declaring today is the day, meaning that I own this moment in my mind, my heart, my soul, my being, and trust the universe, the law, to do its part, and then to release, and to release, and to release. At CSLLA, our theme for the month of July was freedom to or freedom from. Today, I invite us to engage in that with the concept of, am I being released to something or released from it? And I got really clear towards the end of the month of July. It wasn't freedom from or to, it was freedom from and freedom to. And today it's release from and release to. And so, today, on this moment, no matter what's going on, that's what we're remembering, what we're being released and practicing as God. I love this prayer. It's called the Prayer of Protection. And I'm going to read it in the us, but I invite you to recite it as the I. In fact, I'm going to do it as the I. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me as the presence of God watches over me. For where I am, God is. And so no matter where you are now at 11/23/06 on the 9th of August in the Gregorian calendar year of 2026, you're different than you were at 11:01 or 10:29 or whatever time you want to do that. For there was probably a time in your life that you thought you had to do it all by yourself. You didn't know the grace of God or the love of God was at hand. But now you know that if you've been living in a state of discouragement, you're ready to move into encouragement. You don't have to struggle anymore to make it through another day. You can let it all go. Just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. And then say aloud, I release and I let go. And so it is. Thank you.
There are people who have let the problems of today lead them to conclude that for them life is not the way. But for every problem has an answer, and yours you cannot find. You should talk it over to him, he will give you peace of mind. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Many of us feel like we can walk alone without a friend. Never communicating with the one who lives within. Forgetting all about the one who will never ever let you down. And you can talk to him anytime, he's always around. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. He's the only free psychiatrist that's known throughout the world for solving all the problems of men, little children, boys and girls. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. Dun, 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 dun. Well, he's the only free psychiatrist that's known throughout the world. Yes, he's helping all the little children, all the boys and girls. When you feel your life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. So when you feel life's too hard, just go have a talk with God. All right, thank you.
Hey!
Thank you.
Yeah, and while having that talk, you might be speaking in tongues too, yeah. Jason Goldstein, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So now we have the opportunity to support our communities financially. And we're going to have Chloe come up in a moment, or come up now and bring the basket for those of you in the room that would like to do it in a tactile fashion. For those of you online or otherwise who would like to go online for the community of Granada Hills, I believe you can go to the website cslgh.org. And if you're part of the community of CSL LA through YouTube and Zoom watching us today, you can go to csl-la.org as well. No matter where you contribute, it's really not just about the community receiving, it's about the individual choosing to give and stay in continuity with the abundant universe that we have. We do indeed live in an abundant universe. And so I invite you to all take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, think of the abundant nature of the cells in your body and how the power of life has given that to you. And just ask yourself, to what degree can you pay that forward? My teacher used to say, one can't give with a clenched fist. It means that as we open our hand and extend to give, it activates our heart and feeds it. And so I invite you today to feed your soul by contributing financially. And so you can come forward and contribute if you'd like to do that personally, and then I'll close out with a prayer and we'll sing a song for that. Oh, there's an affirmation on the screen that I didn't realize. So let's say that together. I missed that in the first service. 1, 2, 3. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and to bless. It's evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of our supply. For I joyously contribute to the vision of my center, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Spirit gives through me, Spirit receives through me, Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us, Spirit receives through us, Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us.
And so I affirm here and now for each and every one of us, all online, that's watching live or at a later date, that we feel the vibrational shift that has occurred by means of giving and opening up to receive. We have a new moment in mind where we understand and accept the abundant nature of life itself. And so today we trust that we stay in the flow of good to the best of our ability mentally, and then when we forget, we release and let go and open up anew. Sometimes this statement seems hokey to me, but not right now. God is good.
All the time.
All the time, she says. Except on Thursdays. No. But good in this sense, even on Thursdays. Even though where you live in the world, it might be Friday. But good in this sense is acknowledging God as good, not good or bad. It's a synonym. So I affirm for each and every one of us that as we go forth from this experience today, we stay in this mindset, not only just giving and being unattached to how that works and shows up in our life, but know that that which we give must return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Do we have chillins? Let's see. Hold on, let's see. Chillins! We don't. So then I'm going to invite Andre up to take us out in a closing spiritual mind treatment, which the fifth step of is
Release.
there you go. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you,
and
my
Jason will
dear.
take us out by song.
Oh, so join me once again in consciousness as we take the eternal nowness of this moment to once again recognize, to recognize, to remember that there's just one thing going on here, there, and everywhere, and that is the life and the divine and perfect expression of God. How grateful I am for this opportunity, claiming and accepting that each of us here today has been activated into a new way of thinking, where the ego has been released and I am released to emergence, the emergence of a new idea, a new thought, and a new way of being, releasing and letting go of all that no longer serves me in any way. Blessing each of us as we move forward in our day, knowing that we arrive to our next destination with safety, because God is good all the time. And God is all there is. So it's all good because it's all God. And for this and so much more than words could ever express, I remain thankful and grateful. As I release, and I let go. I release this word to the action of law, which always and only says, yes, my beloved, yes, it is so. So I know it is done. I know it is so. And in agreement with faith and conviction, we affirm this by saying together, with conviction. Amen.
Please join me for the peace sign.